How do you stay awake, alive, motivated in a long job search? What's the deal? How do you do it? Today, I'm going to be breaking that down and a whole lot more on Just Ask JT. By the way, folks, I have a very important announcement. This is my last public facing broadcast of Just Ask JT. As of next week, next Tuesday, this live podcast will only be available for our free Resource Center members. We have had thousands of you join the program. We want to make sure that we are giving you the time and attention that you deserve. And therefore, we are no longer going to publicly broadcast this on YouTube or LinkedIn or even TikTok. This is your last week. Starting next Tuesday, this show can only be seen inside the free Resource Center. And I'm going to be doing a lot of gift giveaways at the end of this session. I've got a bunch of free stuff for all of you. For those of you that don't want to get in the free Resource Center, I don't know why you wouldn't. There's no credit card required. But if you've just been kind of hanging out, this is the last one. So stick to the end because I've got some fun giveaways for all of you. But if you want to keep coming to my session and being a part of this, you can do so inside my free Resource Center where I go live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, just so you know. But this is all about answering your questions. And I absolutely love two of the questions that were sent in this week from our incredible followers. A reminder to you that you can ask me a question. You can send me a question. There's a link in my bio and there's a place to submit a question. We're going to hear the first one today, which I think is really interesting. So let's get into it and go from there.
Hi, JT. My name is Ildi, and I have a question for you. I have been at early stage high growth companies for the last 6 years, and unfortunately have been through 3 layoffs in the last 6 years because of external factors that have impacted those organizations. For instance, one had the entire organization closed. It was acquired by a larger company, and they decided to close that subsidiary. In the other, I was part of a 45% reduction in force related to not receiving regulatory approval for our key product. And most recently, the company decided to relocate all commercial roles back to their headquarters in the UK. So these were external factors that don't reflect on my performance, but I realized in this competitive environment, these show shorter tenures on my resume and LinkedIn profile. And I'm curious on your feedback for how to explain that ahead of time. Obviously, it's very logical and simple to explain when I'm on a call, but I feel like I'm not getting through to people because they see those shorter tenures and immediately pass me by. So curious on your thoughts for how you might recommend addressing that in order to help improve my odds of getting through to that initial screen. Thank you.
Shout out to Ildi for sending that in. So long story short, she's had 3 short stint jobs and she thinks that's the reason she's not getting interviews. I think the reason you're not getting interviews, Ildi, has to do more with the market. I'll be honest with you. If you're applying online right now, you're probably not even having a human recruiter look at that and dismiss you based on the short job tenure. There's enough ways for the AI tools to filter you out that you're not being seen by a real person. Just being brutally honest there. So I think your assessment of yourself, which is they're seeing the short stints and ruling you out, is accurate, but that's happening because of the way that you're going about this process you're applying online. So I can't sit here and teach you to game or change anything on your resume in order for you to get through, right? Like some people might say to you, oh, put after each job, was laid off or something like that. The AI it's not going to take that into account. It's strictly looking at parameters and making that decision. Now, even if you do get through to a recruiter, I think your assessment is accurate. They don't have you in front of them. They just see 3 jobs. So, do you sit there and try to explain that you were laid off? They're probably not going to read that far. Recruiters are spending about 6 seconds skimming. They have their choice of candidates. So that basic data, which you cannot change, is going to impact whether or not you move through them. Recruiters aren't hiring managers. They don't understand the job inside and out. They are technical buyers. They're just told, hey, only send us people that meet these certain criteria. They don't even understand the job. They're just meet the criteria. So this is why the system is so broken between the AI component of it and because the people that are reviewing your profile don't really understand it. So the real solution here is to not lean on the application process online. The solution is to have a bucket list of employers that you want to work for and back channel your way there. Now, if I was in your shoes, I would have at least 20 companies that I know were hiring for my skill set. So I'd be doing my research online. I'd be finding these companies. I'd find job postings, then go make sure the job postings are on the corporate website because a lot of the job postings are fake on the job boards. Once I see it's on the corporate website, it's live and it's active, I would back channel to people that would work in the department. So notice I didn't say try to reach out to HR recruiting because you're not going to win there either. I want you to go find 3 or 4 people in the department and ask them to connect with you and send a custom connection request and say, hey, we haven't met, but I'm a fan of your company and I have a quick question about, this job at your company. Can we connect? Not all of them are going to connect, but you're being upfront there. One of them will, and then you say, I've been with late stage startup companies 3 times now. They've all had strange turn of events. So it looks like I'm a job hopper, but I'm not. Do you have any advice on how I can stand out in your hiring process so that your hiring manager might consider me for the role? Notice you're not asking them to introduce you to the hiring manager. You're asking them for advice. You're being honest about the situation, but you're seeking their advice on what they think you might do. What happens is they then look at your profile, but they now look at it through what lens of what you just told them. And they'll be like, oh, wow, no, you got a good background. Let me forward you to hiring manager. See, if you do that enough, if you back channel to enough people and just state that situation and seek their advice, what would you advise as someone who's successfully working there? What would you advise to help them see that this has to do with being laid off due to late stage startup and how I might be considered? People are more willing to give you advice than they are to just necessarily pass you over to the hiring manager. But ironically, because you were polite and asked for advice, they're more likely to pass you over to the hiring manager. That is one of our effective back channeling techniques. So LD, you've just got to know that the paper version of you is not going to get through an ATS system. You said it yourself. If you get to talk to them, it makes all the difference. Then set up more opportunities to talk to them. Use back channeling to get your message out correctly. Okay. And I love that you asked that question. Thank you so much. All right, let's listen to this next question. Also interesting. And I actually love it because it's a little good news. Everyone listen to this one.
Hi, JT. Recently, I changed my LinkedIn profile after watching your LinkedIn Hot or Not podcast. Now I get recruiters reaching out fairly often, but many of the openings don't match what I am looking for. What is the best way to respond if I don't want to burn any bridges?
Yeah. So one of the upsides of working with our company, we really show you how to get traction on your LinkedIn profile. Is one of the things we do really well, right? I'm been lucky enough to be one of the original influencers. I work closely with LinkedIn. They give me access to all their new tools and resources and information. And so we've really been able to, in our Work It Daily platform, create a simple to use training that helps people start getting responses to their LinkedIn profile, recruiters knocking on their door, like this individual. But what's going to happen with that is you're going to get knocks on the door of stuff that you're not interested in. That's just part of the process, right? LinkedIn is a free platform. Therefore, these recruiters, now that you're doing the right things and they can find you, they're going to pitch you their jobs. And not all of them are going to be a fit. In fact, I would argue a large percentage of them won't be. But as this person pointed out, as this client pointed out, they don't want to burn a bridge because maybe this company will hire for their skill set someday. So the thing to do here, folks, is to message back when it's a company you care about. If you research the company and you know it's not a company you'd ever want to work for, it's not a job you'd ever want to work for, you don't need to respond back, by the way. Okay. But if it's one that you're like, there might be something there down the line, you do want to message back. And what you want to say is, hey, I'm not sure this is the right job for me, but would be happy to have a short conversation with you to see if it's a fit. And if not, maybe there's somebody else I can recommend for you. See what you did there? You're providing some helpful advice to the recruiter, because what you want to do in this situation is get them on the phone and start to build a relationship. So if you tell them flat out, no, I'm not a fit, they're not going to bother getting on phone with you. But if you give the recruiter something that might make it worth their while to get on the phone with you, even though you're not a fit, then they will take that call and you can build a relationship. So I would be saying, hey, I'm not sure I'm the fit for this, but would still be happy to have a phone call in the event I can recommend you somebody else in my network. See, they love that because recruiters trying to find the right person. Then you get on the phone, because I'll tell you why. Sometimes it might sound like it's a not fit. Then you get on there and it is, and you would have missed that chance. So frame it as that. Take the phone call, see where it goes. And if it's not a fit, say, no, it's not a fit. If there's someone in my network you think is, I'd love to introduce you. And I'd love to stay on your radar screen for future opportunities. I'm looking for something more like this. But now you've built a connection and you've tried to help that recruiter. That recruiter is going to remember that. So wonderful news. Great problem to have when you start having recruiters knock on your door. And of course, the Work It Daily system is foolproof for that. But yeah, you're going to get people who aren't a fit. You should still build a relationship, because 2 weeks later, they could have a job you're a fit for, and they're going to have this really great memory of how you had a conversation with them and tried to support them in their own job. So they're going to want to return the favor, right? I've done that many times, right? And it does work. It does work. Awesome. Folks, those were amazing questions. Always love to get them. The link in my bio is where you can send in your questions, obviously anonymously, and I can answer them on the show. But here's the thing. This is the last time the show is public. Going forward, if you want to watch the show, you've got to be part of the free resource center. It's linked here in my bio, or go over to workitdaily.com, sign up for the free resource center. No credit card required, no gimmicks, but you will get weekly reminders and you can come join the show. All right. We got to make it more private. There's so many of you. We really want to serve you. That is the best way to do it, to make it part of that. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So now we're going to get to the main topic of today, which is dealing with a really long job search. So my definition of a long job search is anything over 3 months. Right. So how many of you right now that are listening in today are looking for work more than 3 months? Put it in there. In fact, if you're comfortable, tell me how many months you've been looking. Okay. Anything longer than 3 months to me is a long job search. I will be honest with you. The average length of job search I've seen with people who have not gotten help, let me say that again, who have not gotten help, they have not gotten career coaching, is around 9 months right now. So those aren't the people we work with. Okay. The people we work with shorten their job search, but a lot of people out there are not seeking help, are doing the wrong things, are essentially not looking for work, and their job search is taking a really long time, right? Now, the reason your job search can take a long time, the obvious things are the only thing you're using is applying online, which is essentially not looking for work. So the first problem when you have been looking for work for more than 3 months is to evaluate how you're looking for work, right? How much time are you spending on it? What are the activities that you're doing? And are they the high payoff activities? Okay, that is the very first thing you want to do. But if you are, right, you've researched it, you're doing things efficiently, you're back channeling, you're making sure you're doing all the right things, then it can be a matter of the complexity of the market for you, right? Is it like the type of job you're looking for? Are there fewer of them? Your skill set, where you're located, that can also extend a job search. And that just means you're going to have to, it's going to take time. So how do you stay motivated in that? Well, I'll tell you, best thing that you can do to stay motivated is not be isolated. Let me say that again. The best way to stay motivated is to not be isolated. The thing that kills confidence fast, the thing that gives us anxiety, the thing that really stresses us out is being alone with our thoughts. Now, tell me I'm wrong. How many of you out there are completely alone in your job search? Right? And so what do? You doubt yourself. You beat yourself up. You've got this horrible negative self-talk going on in your head, and you're your own worst enemy. The only way to beat that and to stay motivated is to not be isolated. You need to surround yourself with other people. You are doing a beautiful example of that right now. Right now, what are you doing? You are part of an event that is bringing together a bunch of like-minded people, and you're getting to see you're not alone. That should immediately shift your perspective, because what was likely happening is you were sitting there going, I'm such a loser. What's wrong with me? This is so horrible. Look how long I've been looking for work. But now you're like, wow, I'm not alone, right? I'm not alone. And I'm on a platform listening to somebody who her full-time job is running a business that helps people solve their job search problems. So you're doing the right thing in this moment, and you should be proud of yourself. You know, I did a video today and I said, it reminds me so much right now of the movie Good Will Hunting, where, you know, I feel like Robin Williams. Robin Williams is the therapist. He's sitting there with Matt Damon, one of my all-time favorite actors. Matt Damon is, you know, he looks at him and goes, it's not your fault. And Matt Damon goes, I know. Kind of tough guy, right? That's you. That's all of you right now. Yeah. And then Robin Williams says, it's not your fault. He goes, I know. He gets defensive, right? And Robin Williams goes, it's not your fault. Puts his hand on his shoulders. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Folks, I am here to tell you, it's not your fault. Like everyone that's posting these numbers, I'm proud of you. This is just a number and facts, right? This is not your fault. You didn't predict the job market. You couldn't have predicted all this happened, but now it is your future. So you do not beat yourself up for this, because it is not your fault, but you do control your future by saying, all right, something's not working here. I need to go figure it out what it is. What do I not know that I need to know? What am I not doing that I need to be doing? Right? Until you do things differently, learn different things, try different things, you're going to keep getting the same results. The only way you get out of this, the only way you move past it, is you keep trying to learn and grow. This is what we call an MOA, a moment of accountability. It is not a moment of blame. It is not a moment of shame. It is a moment of accountability where we say, it's not my fault, but it is my future. And that's what you're doing today. So my question to all of you is, how are you making sure that you're not isolated? How are you? Do you have a meetup? Do you have a coach? You know, many of you are not even part of our platform, and we have a free version. completely for this purpose. So this is where you've got to take ownership and say, all right, to stay motivated in this longer job search, so I don't give up, I've got to stop being isolated. I've got to take my moment of accountability. I need no shame. I did nothing wrong, but it is my future, which means I've got to go find other ways to do this. Does that make sense? Do you get it? I have been in this for 20 years. The number one things that people say to me when they join the program and start working with us is, why didn't I do this sooner? I left myself out in the cold. I was all alone. It was so miserable. I had no idea. You don't do this alone, and you don't have to join us. That's not my point. But you have got to. It can't be just once a week coming to my live. You cannot sit in isolation when you are in long-term job search. You must surround yourself with positive people, solutions, learning, anything that can help you keep moving forward. Because we're called Work It Daily for a reason. It's not called Work It All Day. But I will tell you what happens to a lot of people in longer job search is they get so depressed, so isolated, so frustrated that they actually stop doing the things. And I've seen that a million times. And you're the one that has to solve for that. I wish I could. I wish I could be the fairy godmother in this situation. Only person coming to save you is you, because you're the hero of your story. So you can't be the victim. You've got to be the hero. The hero doesn't stay isolated. The hero engages. The hero learns. The hero grows, right? The hero just gets it done. The hero works it daily. This is what you've got to really match around yourself. Is that making sense to everybody? I'm so proud of you for taking the first step and being here and knowing it's not my fault, but it is my future. And I therefore have to go find something new. I got to get out of my comfort zone. I got to stop doing the things that aren't working, right? The definition of insanity, right? I've got to get out of my comfort zone, learn some new things, try some new things, connect with people, move forward. And I get it. It's hard, but you took the first step. You're here. Yes? Awesome. Okay. So here's what we're going to do to sweeten that pot. First of all, if you are not a free resource member, you are going over to Work It Daily. In fact, I'm just going to show that all to you right now. I don't know. It could not be any easier in this world. All right. Let's just walk through what you're all going to do today, because you have got to stop being isolated. All right. Let's just walk through this. You're going to go over to Work It Daily. And do you see at the top free resources? You see right there, free resources? That is where you can sign up to free membership so you can keep coming to my sessions. Step 1 today, go to Work It Daily and go to free resources and become part of the program. All right. Now, here's a super secret discount code. I said I was giving away gifts and prizes today. JT, right? Just ask JT, JUST, ASK, JT10. Just ask JT10. Write it down. Everybody write it down right now. Just ask JT10. I'm going to put it in here too. This is my super secret discount code. Notice it's not anywhere. What that's going to do is let you go down here and get a 7-day free trial and take $10 off a month. So if you love us after 7 days, it'll only be $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day for a standard membership. And for unlimited coaching support, instead of $79 a month, it'll be $69. So 1 month, $2 a day. For 1 month at $2 a day, you can have unlimited help from the coaches. They'll look at your resume, your LinkedIn profile, right? Unlimited email. You send them everything and they send you their answers back. You can come to 5 live sessions a week. You can come to my masterclass. You can come to my personal branding class, and you will be part of a community. You will not be alone. It's the last time you're going to see this code, by the way. This code is only good because this show will not be public anymore. So please write down, just ask JT. It will be good for 24 hours. It'll be live on the link. You'll be able to go in there, get a 7-day free trial, and get $10 off a month. I don't want you to go it alone. If you've been at this month, and this is the other thing people say, well, I've been at job search so long, JT, I don't want to spend the money. But I got to ask you, at $1 a day for the standard membership, if we can help you speed up getting a job search, wouldn't that be the best $1 a day you ever spent? Why go it alone anymore is my question. We already have a free resource center that you can join, but if you're ready to speed it up, just ask JT10. Today's your day. That is the code. It is good for 24 hours. Okay. Told you I was giving away gifts today. And I just want to show you something. When you come into our program, look what you see. Look what you get. When you sign up for a 7-day free trial today, you're going to be able to use my Unlock Your UVA tool. You're going to be able to get a full 3-page report on your UVA results, full 3-page report, right? You're going to get 6 video courses. Okay. You're going to be able to go to 5 weekly events, everything in here. And you're going to be part of a community of thousands of people supporting one another. All right. Like, look at this. Like, look at this, the courses. Look at all the courses. They're all video courses. Let's look at the events. Look at all the events, all available to you with trained career experts. This is all for $1 a day when you use the Just Ask JT10, Just Ask JT10 discount code today. So I just got to ask you, like, we are not like any other site. You're not coming in here and there's one lousy, video tutorial and no help. This is truly a private community to speed up your job search. And you get all of these things. It's literally what you're going to see when you sign up. Okay. So, I just got to ask you, what are you waiting for? Today's your sign. Today's the day. If you've been looking for work this long, I just gave you the gift of the discount, 7-day free trial. Come join me. I want to help you because you should not be isolated. And if you can't join us or you don't want to join us, that's okay too. But please promise me you will not be isolated, because that is the number one problem that you have with your job search right now. And you're not solving for it by staying isolated. You're not helping yourself emotionally. Physically and mentally, that is not what you should be doing. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? All right. I really do love you all. It's really, really great to see you here. I'm going to give you one other thing. People often have questions. They want to ask me questions, especially before they join. I cannot respond to you in social media. So I set up this. I'm putting the link in. It's called subs.com. And if you go to subs.com, right, JT O'Donnell, in fact, I'm going to put it up here so you can see it. You are able to join. It's $8 a month, but you are able to join and follow me here, right? You can set up the account and you will be able to unlimited message me. So you can direct message me. This is my subs account. It is now linked over there. You'll also find it linked in my bio. For $8 a month, you'll get my resume LinkedIn bonus special, which is worth $39. But you will be able to direct message me, like message me and I message you back. People have a lot of questions before they join our program, all these different things. And so the only way for me to do that was to have a private place for you to be able to safely message me and know it's me. Okay. This is the only place that I respond to messages. I do not do it on LinkedIn. I do not do it on Insta, TikTok, any place else, because there's too many scammers. So this is me. So if you want to, you can do that here, especially if you have questions about the program and the use of the Just Ask JT10 discount code. Okay. So just a little reminder there as well. Awesome. And there you have it. It's been a really great run. I hope all of you join the free resource center so you can keep listening to the podcast. I hope a bunch of you finally get out of isolation and use the Just Ask JT10 discount code, which is good for 24 hours, and come join me and work with me. Come to my job search masterclass tomorrow, right? Privately in the platform. And I hope that some of you, if you have questions, don't shy away and just go to subs and subscribe and direct message me any questions you have, because I love you all and I want to help you all. I'll still be on social media. I'll still be posting videos all the time. But I really do hope you make the decision to get more engaged, because what's hurting your job search right now is isolation. And whether it's us or someone else, you cannot go alone. This is when you need to be surrounded by positive people, new ideas, new thoughts. Okay? You can do this. Awesome. All right. I love you all. Go get them, go get them, go get them. Okay? You've got this. And thank you. It's so good to see a bunch of you in the program. I'm so glad. Shout out to all my peeps that are in the program. I'll see you in our live classes this week, won't I? Yes, I will. I will see you all in there, and I'll be answering your questions directly. All right. Love you all. Good luck. Go get them.